hit start again, see how it goes. Okay, maybe. Let's see if we've gone live yet.
Okay. It does. It does look promising.
Hello and welcome. Sorry about the technical issues. Oh, nope, it lied. Maybe we're live? I don't know.
We are live.
Sweet! Awesome!
We're hanging a little bit, but we're live.
Oh, good. Hello and welcome. Sorry about that. Sako, we could go through our intros again. I was streaming, but I turned up the bitrate because I was pixelated last week, and apparently YouTube and OBS were not playing well together and didn't tell me until I stopped. So hopefully we're here. Oh, it's still saying encoding overload. But
encoding overload.
As long as we're streaming, I'll worry about it later.
Okay.
So, hello and welcome. This is Morgan Hazelwood. I am an unpublished fantasy writer who is also a blogger, vlogger, and as of Monday, a podcaster. I blog writing tips and writerly musings, and I love hitting sci-fi fantasy conventions and taking notes at like 30 panels in a weekend and then sharing them with people for the next 2-3 months. And today I have Sako joining me.
Howdy, Howlers. It's Sako to me, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine these three things. So if you are looking to market yourself as an author, or you are looking to be a witchy or witch, please drop by my channel. I would love to see you.
Oh, so, yeah.
Yeah, your stream is like
really lagging. I'm kicking down the video bitrate. What seems reasonable?
Super crazy.
I don't know. I'll try 1600, see if that helps.
How about this? How about... No? Nothing? Okay.
I don't know. Definitely working it.
Sort of.
Yeah, Kelly said the stream is up, but seems to be lagging.
Yeah.
I did not realize that making myself not pixelated would do this. Horribleness. So, let's see.
Crazy.
Right? Oh, hey, the warning went away. We might be streaming smoothly. I bumped it all the way down to like 1250 for a video. So, we will see. Maybe we're even streaming now. Because, yeah, we look very not actually moving.
We look like we're not moving.
Yeah. As I said, there's a reason I went last week by myself. I was hoping to get all these wrinkles out, but I wasn't using Zoom. So maybe Zoom is different than straight up web camera. So, oh, it still says encoding overload.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're running Zoom at the same time.
Maybe. Very well could be. So. Stream. I'll try a hardware encoder instead of a software one. See if that's any better. It's worth a try.
Oh.
Any better? Does it look happier?
very, very laggy. However, it's moving. But audio is crystal clear.
Oh,
Okay.
good. That's promising. Yeah, my computer just seems very, very laggy today. I mean, it was lagging even before I started streaming. So,
Oh,
but I thought it was just because it had just woken up, and it was waking up and sorting itself out.
yeah. Hey, stop. Cat's being a squirrel.
Which cat?
Nobu.
Hello. Who's a good kitty?
He's a big kitty. I avoid.
How old is he now?
This winter will be 3 years.
Oh, wow. Getting up there.
But he still acts like a kitten, so I'm keen with it.
Gotcha. So it have Penumbra and Kelly joining us, and a couple other people who haven't said hi yet. Thank you for sticking in there. I'm glad the audio is working, even if the video is having fun, and maybe not the best video. Why don't we go ahead and do a sprint while I finish sorting this out?
That sounds great.
So, okay, let's do a 20-minute sprint, and good luck with your words you're editing. Okay, and the timer should be going.
Do you have us on mute?
Not yet, 2 seconds. And we're back. Hello! I see that while I was busy messing with OBS settings, we had an alley cat join us. Maggie is here. Jean swung by. Hello. And Tamara and Sarah, hello and welcome. Oh my goodness, so many people. Dark Zero 22 swung by and gave me a random subscribe just because. Let's see, who else? Oh my goodness, lots of people. So thank you all for coming. Hopefully the stream is working and I'm moving and talking at the same time, which is, you know, always the goal when streaming. So while we were sprinting, Maggie said that their favorite Jersey Mike sub switched the sprinkle and added MSG and triggered a migraine, which is basically the worst. Basically the worst. I'm so sorry. Sarah swung by. She's still fighting anxiety. Totally understandable. But always good to see you. And thanks for swinging by, Tamara, who does indeed enjoy Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, which are delicious. I was born in Philly. I think I'm required to like them, although I don't like them traditionally. I don't like onions on mine, or Cheese Whiz seems weird. So how did your sprint go, Sako?
I am trying to. So, 2009 was my first year of Nano, and I completely pantsed like 50,000 words.
Oh wow! So wait. Okay, I'm starting the stream again. There we go. Of course, everything resized itself.
Cool.
Who doesn't love when that happens? Why would minimizing make anything change their size? I don't know. It's a very good question. Okay, maybe we're back. What does it look like on the main page?
No, let's find out. Progress.
We're looking better?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
I'm sorry, I really needed to eat some chips.
I don't think I can be productive without snacks. Snacks are definitely part of my process. What is your favorite snack while, you know, working on things?
Currently my favorite snack is Tostitos with like Frito or Tostito cheese.
Okay.
That is my favorite. Or gummy bears, or those are usually my two defaults.
Gotcha. Do you do more salty stuff or more sweet stuff?
Depends on my mood.
Yeah.
I think I do more salty things.
Okay.
Because I never, what's the word I'm looking for? Also my cat is, also interested in my snacks. That's great.
I mean, that makes sense.
He's like, what, salt? Yum. Yay, Tamara. Tamara?
I think it's Tamara. Okay, there we go. So let's see. Um, Maggie says they admire people who can pantser so much. She has to have a plan of some kind. 50k pants and a nano is friggin' amazing, and I agree. Tamara is gonna make breakfast and coffee, which, you know, I hear coffee people like that sort of thing. Allie wrote a bit, but has been playing some video games with the brother. I mean, that's brothers are good for that, from what I've heard. So I've never lived with any of my brothers, so but it seems like it should be a thing. So yeah.
I learned that being competitive with my siblings was a terrible idea. Co-op only.
I'm definitely more of a co-op person in the first place, so you know. I'm definitely not going to argue with that.
I take the same sort of policy when it comes to significant others.
Makes sense.
No competition. It's got to be co-op.
Right. Yeah. I like when I play table games too. I'll go more for the co-op or the parallel play where we tally up our points. The ones where you're actively working against each other. Usually not my favorite. So yeah. I I think our friends like a few too many board games, and I'd rather just hang out and chillax and visit with people. So remember when we were like sprinting and I started making some horrible faces? I checked my email and I had double the amount of spam I usually do, including stuff like welcome to Survey All Stars. Check out your first survey panel. Welcome to Lysol emails. Your first issue of Martha Stewart Living is ready. Confirm your subscription to Reward Bee and Bee Perks and Harper's Bazaar.
What?
I was sleeping at 9:30 this morning. I was not subscribing to 20 magazines. My niece is in the Girl Scouts and had a bridging ceremony, but I don't think she was selling magazine subscriptions this morning. So I don't understand how I got signed up to 7 things while I was sleeping. Like, Kickstarter.
That is unreasonable.
Right? Kickstarter updates, sure. Patreon, yes. You know, Hootsuite, whatever. YouTube saying my stream has started, reasonable. Confirm your subscription to 12 things that I didn't subscribe to at the same time? I don't remember giving my email to anything questionable recently, you know? The most recent thing I've done is unsubscribe from the give money to Trump emails that were coming in. So I don't understand how I even got subscribed. I mean, I did recently put out my name to like join all the different podcast apps. So that's like a place I've been putting out emails, but
maybe that's it. Maybe
I guess I
one
just
of the
I
places
wouldn't
you stopped just ended up selling your information.
Yeah, I think I had to have just gotten sold because to have that many different things show up under this email,
Yeah, that's excessive.
like within like 20 minutes of each other,
Also, and that sounds like a bot got a hold of you.
like they all came in at 9:46 a.m.
That sounds like a bot.
Yeah, and I can tell you I did not. Maybe somebody is using the wrong email?
Is it like a No, I don't know. I don't know. Really don't know.
I recently redeemed a gift card for a magazine subscription? No, I didn't. This did not happen.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know what just happened. And if you were gonna order something, you'd think you would use the correct email address. I just reward bee.
It's like spam.
If you didn't subscribe to this list, you can delete it. You will not be subscribed if you don't click on the link above. Okay, I can work with that. But yeah, that's why you got to see the Morgan like what the bleep is going on here face.
Yeah.
So, People News, I just got an email. I don't remember subscribing to People News either. I mean, I do admit I do look at a certain amount of clickbait, but this seems ridiculous.
It does. So.
I would like to unselect all. How did you get signed up to friggin' People magazine?
That's.
I mean, at least it's not dick pics, but
Small blessings.
are there subscriptions for those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah.
You bet.
Your daily dick pic email. God.
No thanks.
Not actually anything I'd be looking for. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a lot of spam.
Maggie's like, actually.
Right. So let's see. Back to the chat. Kelly got caught up in the sprint and is attending this write-in for the purpose of a new story. That's awesome.
Yes.
Tell us what you're writing. I'd love to hear about it.
Those are the best. When you're zero drafting, you've got a new idea and everything's fresh and you're excited
it's flowing.
To write all the scenes. Yeah.
Which happens for like the first 15 to 20,000 words for me, and then it usually turns into work. It's like starting a new WoW character. You're good to level 20, and then it starts to slow down and turn into a grind.
Yep.
So let's see. Maggie says board games and card games with their siblings will get you cut. And suggested someone gave my email as a reference to get a discount.
Oh, it could have been.
Her niece gave her email to like 50 companies to get a discount or freebies. Oh my god, that's horrible.
Whoa.
And Sarah is playing Stardew Valley, which is always fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, did you hear what my my ex? Did you hear what the chick he dated after me did when they broke up?
Yes.
She subscribed him, signed him up for a gym membership, and for like the KKK newsletter. Like, it wasn't even a messy breakup. She's just
he never mentioned any of that.
Yeah. I was like mind blown. There was something else. She signed him up for like a gym membership and like 3 really offensive magazines. And it's like, why? It wasn't even a messy breakup. It was just you're not really my thing. I'm gonna go stay with some other guy instead.
Well, there was a girl before.
This is the one he was seeing when I was moving out. Like, we'd already been separated, and they worked together. And when she moved out, she left half her clothes and took the hairdryer and the ketchup.
Yes.
And then
Okay, we're thinking about the same person.
yeah. And then he's like, "Hey, you got mail in the mail. Let me drop it off." And she said, "I'm with a new guy, and he wouldn't appreciate you messaging me." And it's like, to get your mail?
Get your mail.
Like, literally your mail. I'm not innuendoing here. And then she burned his copy that he loaned her of Clockwork Orange, because it's his favorite book. He absolutely loves it. Loaned it to her when they were dating, and she burned it. I gotta say, she made me look like a very calm breakup, because that was some. Like, they've been dating a month.
Yeah.
And this is like salt the earth, you know, you're a criminal jerk face.
Yeah.
And I was just like, who does this? If I wrote it in a book, it wouldn't be realistic.
Yeah.
She needs some therapy. She needs some therapy. So let's see. Back in the chat, Maggie says, "New idea high is so nice," because it is. Sarah says, "I have a cat named Fart Knocker because I'm 12." Uh-huh. And Kelly said his new story is around the impression of harvesting an orange tree. I should live places where fruit just comes off of trees.
Do you not?
I mean, we're in the DC metro area. 90% of fruit, 90% of trees just have pollen, because they only plant the boys around here, because they don't want to pick up rotting fruit. So that's why our allergies are off the charts.
That's true.
Because we have all these boys being like, "Foo, here's some pollen in your face," and there's no girls to pick up the other end.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maggie says, "Reality makes bad fiction. Fiction is much more believable," which 100%. So, Maggie's comment on "hope he doesn't need to get federal security clearance," I believe is aimed at Fart Knocker.
Oh.
So I've been thinking about getting a pet since I live in this chair.
Then you will never see that chair again.
Just, you know, because I don't go anywhere or do anything. So, but once, assuming life ever starts up again, you know, I have a cat lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I have that mild cat allergies, so maybe a dog would be better. I don't know.
Or a sphinx, but sphinxes are expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then it will be the pet's chair. That was my thought.
Oh yeah, no, clearly. This chair I brought back in. It was actually out in my shop because it's faux leather and it's cracked and chipped in a billion places, and I have black duct tape on it.
Nice.
But right now I'm sitting on a towel. But it's very comfortable, because a dining chair and sitting in this chair that many hours a day just wasn't working.
Yeah, this thing, it's not great for
no. So yeah, this is like a really nice gaming chair that I got like forever ago for my birthday, I think. So I don't know. It's
need to invest in a new chair.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty key for anyone working from home, I would think.
I can work pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just the chair that is at my desk, which I haven't been using because the lighting is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It is older than I am. I only keep it because I can cross my legs in it.
I hear that, yeah.
And maybe I should get a chair that I can cross my legs in and also supports my back.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Or some better lighting for your desk.
I tried. I can. I have like a desk lamp that I can like tilt to be like in my face.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not ideal. If I can use natural light, I'd much rather do that.
Right. Are you talking for working purposes or for video purposes?
Both.
Okay. Yeah. So, Well, it's been a little while. Oh, Devin joined us, so hello and welcome.
It's
Um,
now officially a stream.
yes.
It's now officially a stream. Devin has joined us.
Yay. Um, so maybe we should do another sprint?
That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah. And this time I might actually sprint instead of futz with
Tinker with
OBS
things.
the entire time. So, okay. Let's go ahead and let me change up this timer. I accidentally stopped the timer last time,
Yeah, you did.
so then I had to restart it.
Yeah.
So I did it at like 5 minutes. So that was hopefully nobody noticed. I was very subtle, very subtle. But okay, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Okay, timer is up. Sorry, it wasn't on the screen. When I reloaded OBS, half my windows decided that despite being loaded, they weren't going to display. So
Oh, that's fine.
that was 20 minutes though. So
Okay.
I didn't stop and restarted this time.
Mm,
No tricks. No tricks. So let's see what I missed in the chat while during that sprint.
all kinds
Uh,
of fun stuff.
yeah, yeah. So we got a sage who hopped over after karaoke ended, which is always good. Good to see you. Hello. Uh, I see Sako asked if we set a timer. I'm sorry about that. I'll get it back on screen. I might just recreate it. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's up with that. So Maggie says she's forced to writing to forced evacuation of a colony planet under the control of a malevolent ruler who has everyone addicted to a magical opiate equivalent called orb, short for Ablactamon, before he turns. Sage says that you missed them making an idiot of themselves with the Divinals. I've never heard of the Divinals. What do they sing? Okay.
Punk, I assume.
Probably. So, and Maggie's orb drug makes them all into mindless killing machine zombies. So much tension because the orb addicts don't want to leave, despite the fact the ruler's pet assassin just detonated a dirty bomb to wipe out their farms and force the evacuation to save the colonists.
Wow.
Devin suggests that Sage sing it again for us, and Sage has begged off.
I'll pass. Thank you.
Right. So Maggie managed to get 287 words this sprint, up to 86,311 for her August 80K challenge. Wow, that's pretty beast. I did manage a nano and a half once. With 10
Well,
out.
in a short amount of time as opposed to doing double the work in the normal amount of time.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a difference.
I was doing
Sprinting versus the long run. You know?
right. I was doing a sequel, so I already had all the worlds building and all the characters and stuff. And I found if I added half an hour once I start writing, an additional, 1,000 words wasn't that much more painful, and so I did a nano and a half once. And that book is a hot mess, and I have not touched it since. I have a lot of placeholder names, and I've learned I hate placeholder names. But I have Alice, Bob, Carol. Like, I just went through the alphabet literally. And went all the way through, and then again, like 4 or 5 letters in. So clearly I have too many named characters. But we're going to war, and there's squads of people, so you get, 5 in a chunk or 10 in a chunk, and so... And I gave them all names, and I I didn't spend the time to come up with the name of their neighboring country, so for expediency's sake, rather than lose a day of writing, I named their neighbor Canadia.
Canadia. Ah.
So,
Good name.
right?
Yeah.
So much placeholder stuff. But I think by writing the sequel, that way I know better what to set up in the previous book, so that even though it's a hot mess and I'm probably going to throw it all away, it gives me a direction to aim for and to make sure that I have stuff, set up in book 1 to make that final, the next part flow better. Okay. Sage clued us in. The Divinals were the one-hit wonder of I Touch Myself.
Oh.
Is that the When I Think About You?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. So Devin says Sage did it, sing the song, and JC about died in the chat. Maggie says that her muse is a drunk, word-vomiting hummingbird. Does that mean they're small vomits, but frequently? I'm not really sure how it's a hummingbird. So, this is her 7th in the series and the 10th in the total world story, so no world building. Nathaniel, thank you for joining us. Enjoys my Canada. So, hey, it was neighbors to the north, so it made sense at the time. That's, do you remember a couple years ago when I hosted a hangout for introverts at my house and nobody showed up except maybe Lucy? That's
Oh,
what.
really?
That's when I was working on this.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was a little while ago. So Kelly wants to know because he's curious and is looking for self improvement. What's the average word count during sprints?
Average?
I'm editing right now, so I don't really have. But when I'm writing, it's usually maybe 300 to 500 words for me. I know some people like blow that out, but
Yeah, it's like, it depends on whether or not I hit a stride. If
yeah.
It'll be like 200 to 500 if I'm struggling.
Mm-hmm.
It may be 1,000 to 1,500 if I really know what I'm writing and
Wow.
I could actually like crank it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sage is right. Comparisonitis is a bad place to be.
Hmm.
Definitely, definitely. But once you know how much you can write in a sprint, if you're going for word count, you know at least how much to set aside.
Hmm.
And so for Nano, 2 hour chunk, I can usually get my words in. But I'm definitely a marathoner. I got to show up every day because
Yeah,
I've never done a double Nano on one day. You know.
yeah.
So I misspoke earlier. I did not do a double nano. I did a nano and a half. I did 75,000 in a month, not 50,
Yes,
not 100.
Sarah has a good point.
Um,
15 minutes run between like 50 words and 1,500 words for
yeah,
people. It seems
yeah,
different
definitely.
for writers, for different writers. Like some are like heavy thinkers and slow writers.
Yeah,
Some are
yeah,
just like not thinking at all and just typing the things,
yeah, yeah.
just listening to the muse.
I think probably dialogue and description go the fastest when writing. So the type of scene definitely impacts it.
Yes, absolutely.
So Maggie says she read it as Candida.
Oops.
And my first thought was the neighbor to the south is diarrhea. Um,
Oh no.
Definitely hidden that migraine medication. So Nathaniel says 20-minute sprints for them are 500 to 1,000 words, but it takes
Yeah, me too.
4 hours
4 hours.
to edit 3,000 words.
Hmm.
Wow. For me it depends. If I'm editing my own stuff, I usually do about 10 pages an hour.
Oh wow.
If I'm editing, revising is a totally different story. But like
Yes.
line edits
Yeah.
and stuff, that's my pace
Line
typically.
edits and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I wouldn't say like 10 pages an hour, but like yeah, actually that's probably reasonable. 10 pages an hour.
yeah. So I'm pretty comfortable with line edits and grammar and stuff. I'm not usually looking too much up or double checking anything, and um, I feel like I usually have a pretty good grasp on how different characters are supposed to be acting.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that helps.
definitely, definitely. So, let's see. Maggie says she writes 2 to 3K per day and tries the 10K day challenge often. More power to you. I know that's not something I can do. I was
2K
telling,
a day, or my
yeah,
average on a nano
yeah,
month.
yeah. I was telling Sako when the sprint was supposed to be getting started and OBS was fighting me that my most words I've ever done in a day was 4,000, and the number of times I've gone over 3,000, I can fit on a hand. So If I have 2 hours to get my words in, it will take me 2 hours. If I have 8 hours to get my words in, I will not get a day ahead. I would take the entire 8 hours. My writing takes as much time as I have. I don't know. I'm just too distractible, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Maggie, I tried the 10K day with Courtney and Courtney Project, and then
Okay.
I made it to 7, so that wasn't bad. And then like the next day, I went ahead and I did it within a 24-hour period, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I had to like kick it up to like 9,000 just to finish the scene.
Yeah. I would think that 10K days work really well for planners.
Yeah, it does.
I
For
think
a 10K day, you gotta be a planner.
right. And I mean, I've got an idea of where I'm going and some ideas of how I'm going to get there, but they're not in any means set in stone, and they're very high levels. So it's
That's tricky.
yeah. I'm not definitely
You
not
can't
a
have any tricky. You can't have any tricky stuff when trying a 10K day.
yeah. So I just
You got everything has to be set in stone.
right. I'm not a pantser. I'm not exploring where do I feel like going this moment. But yeah, it's not really something I'm good at. So
If I'm doing like a second draft or a third draft,
right.
then it's one thing. Or like writing this first book of my Anchor series.
Yeah.
I know the story so well that like it's just a matter of putting it in the slots for structure. Like
yeah. Since you said you were rewriting it, so let's see.
And also, originally I wrote a lot of this stuff in first person, but I've decided that I should really write the series in third.
Okay.
So
what led you to switch tense?
I think, well, not tense, but POV.
Yeah, point of
I
yeah.
switched POV because there's a couple of scenes in the first book, in the second book, in the third, and in the fifth.
Okay.
Where it actually Enzo isn't present for those conversations.
Right.
So with first person, he would have to be present in order for those scenes to make sense. So I was like, no, this would flow a lot better if it was in third person, closed, like, and then, when he's not around, it kind of like hops to POV with another person, but there's no confusion as to who that person is.
Right.
Using them by name.
Okay.
Am I quiet?
I just turned it up, so hopefully that'll help. So I don't know.
So we'll be wrapping up shortly.
Right. Yeah, we are almost at time, so I'm just gonna finish going through the chat, and then we'll go ahead and say goodbye. So Sage asked if Sarah was hunting wabbits, and she's like, nah, I'm Stardew Valleying. Sage headed off to grab some food. Maggie said she never made 10K in a day, but she tries. Kelly says he needs to let go of the editing while writing, it seems, which it's the only way to make significant progress for most people. I mean, clearly there are some people who can do it, but yeah. So
yeah, the 10K day.
10K 10 day? Is that a nano in 10 days? No, a double nano in 10 days.
Or is that a 10K for 10 days in a row?
I think it's 10K a day for 10 days.
That is a lot.
Yeah, she's like, nope, and I'm right there with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think trying 10K in a day was enough. I kind of like had to turn off for a couple of days after that.
Yeah. I mean, I usually take December off after Nano.
Yeah, me too.
Because, I usually spend October making sure my pantry is full and my house is clean, and then ignore everything for a month. And I can coast for about 3 weeks, but then it starts getting a little bad, a little rough. So, yeah. Tamara said you were a little quiet, so I cranked you up, so hopefully that helps. Heather is hanging out with the kid, but swung by to hit like, so yay, thank you. Glad you swung by. And yeah, Maggie says it is 100K in 10 days, which is not, it's not me. It's not me. I know people who can do it. I definitely do. I am not one of them.
I know people who can do it. My mother, for one. My mother could probably do it. But
What does your mom write?
She writes basically the same stuff I do in that they're basically RPing by yourself.
Okay.
Right? So she plays around with D&D, or she plays around with White Wolf slats and all of that. But she can do like 100,000 words in like a weekend. Wow. She's like 50,000 words. That's a good day.
My hands hurt just thinking about it.
Like, so she laughs at me, when I'm doing Nano, because she's like 50,000 words. Whatever.
Does she like them enough to reread them?
Sometimes if she goes back and rereads them, she does like revisions. But she has like, I don't know, like books upon books upon books upon books upon books that she's written over the years. And there's no structure to anything. It's just like pantsing RP stuff forever. And I'll talk about structure, and she's just like, she gets that blank look, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Does she send you her work to beta read? I get stuff like twice a week from my dad. He's retired now, and I'm like, I don't have time to beta everything you write.
Yeah, that's really funny.
But at least most of Dad's stuff is like shorts and things like that. So this week he sent me some flash fiction. And first he's like, do you object to my mind just went blank. What's the word I'm looking for?
What do you do?
Heretical. Do you object to heretical stuff? And I'm like, you're talking to the daughter who cosplayed as Beauty and the Mark of the Beast. I think I'm okay. So yeah. I haven't read it yet. I really should. We'll probably read it this evening. But we are at time. Tell people where to find you. I think the link should be down below.
Howdy Howlers, I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine these three things. So, normally I would say if you're looking to market yourself as an author, or you're looking to be a witch or a witch, but also if you are looking to support indie authors, I am having a book release party on September 20th on my channel, and it's going to be super fun. There's going to be music and giveaways and all kinds of cool stuff.
Awesome.
All the great stuff. So there's other things too, I'm sure. But that is what I'm ramping up for.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'm Morgan Hazelwood. I'm an unpublished fantasy writer. I do YA, Robin Hood, middle grade, contemporary, but it's always fantasy, never strays. But I'm also a blogger, vlogger, and as of Monday, a podcaster of writing tips and writerly musings. You can find me at morganhazelwood.com, Morgan Hazelwood on YouTube, and morganhazelwood.fireside.fm for all the podcasty stuff. Thank you for joining in. Next week, my lazy Sunday afternoon write-in will be on Monday because we have Labor Day in the States, and it's my birthday observed, so I'm going to be partying on Sunday. So have fun, and thank you all for tuning in and dealing with persisting through our lovely technical issues. So thank you all for coming, and see you next week.